Good morning if you're based in London, good afternoon if you're based in Asia, and good evening if you're based in the States. My name is Walter Anger. I specialize in trading pound dollar during the London Open. Now, today I'll be giving an overview of pound dollar in anticipation of the London and the European Open in a few hours. So, just to give a recap of yesterday, as well as my projections for today, on the monthly time frame, I am still anticipating either a bullish move towards the monthly buy side target, or alternatively, the market could simply trade to a point of equilibrium within this last bearish candle, and then we could see a bearish continuation to the low of the monthly range thereafter. Now, if we take a look at the weekly time frame, we can see that price has traded into the weekly imbalance as stated yesterday. This is what I was anticipating to take place at the beginning of this week. So at this point, one of two things could happen. We could see either a potential bullish continuation to higher buy side targets, and then thereafter we could see a bearish continuation to the downside. Alternatively, we could also see price accumulate around the weekly imbalance, and then thereafter a bearish continuation to the downside. So what will determine this is going to be based on the structure on the lower time frame. Now, just something to bear in mind is, of course, that this is a bearish order block. So the market is trading not only into this imbalance, but also into this bearish order block. If we take a look at the daily time frame, again, as mentioned yesterday, I was anticipating one more session of rise in line with the market 3-day cycle. We've had 1, 2, 3 second sessions of rise. So at this point, some sort of a reversal is imminent. So what I will be looking for and what I'm anticipating between today and tomorrow is for price to do one of two things on the daily. For price to either take out the daily buy side target and then thereafter give a bearish continuation towards daily sell side target, which is of course the low of the range, or alternatively, what I'm anticipating is for the market to respect the weekly imbalance and to proceed towards a bearish continuation. So if you take a look at the 4-hour time frame, now just to update my analysis from yesterday, because this is still drawings that I marked out yesterday in terms of areas where I'll be looking to take profit. I did delineate a few areas of buy side targets, such as this prior high, the secondary high within the imbalance, and of course the high of the daily range. So price has obviously traded into the 4-hour buy side target as delineated yesterday. So what I will now be looking for today, sorry, just a second. Right, so what I will now be looking for today is again the same thing, right? Where is the next draw on buy side liquidity on the specific time frame? Well, the next draw on buy side liquidity is the high that was created yesterday. So this is a set of relative equal highs, right? So this is also the H4 buy side target. So I'm just going to label it as such, right? And then of course my H4 sell side target is no longer this imbalance because a new imbalance has been created yesterday. So we now have a new sell side target. So at this point on this specific time frame, I am anticipating one of two things to take place. So either price the market would seek buy side above a H4 buy side target towards a daily buy side target, and then thereafter a bearish reversal to the downside. Or number two, the market could seek sell side first at the beginning of the London Open or the European Open, and then proceed to give a bullish continuation to the upside. So those are one of two scenarios that I am anticipating. Now, if we do take a look at the bigger picture, we can see that this is an accumulatory range. We can see the market as traded outside of the range. So I do see this being a potential bullish manipulation, making our trend bias over the coming days ahead bearish. If we take a look at the 1-hour time frame, right, so just to update the markings from yesterday where I delineated the high and the low of the 1-hour range. Of course, the next draw on buy side liquidity on this specific time frame is going to be the swing high right here, and the next draw on sell side liquidity on this specific time frame is going to be the swing low down here. So what I'm now anticipating to take place, again, is very similar to what I'm anticipating on the 4-hour time frame, is for the market to either to first take out the buy side and then seek sell side, or to take out sell side and then seek buy side. Okay. Now the general bias on this time frame is very dominantly bullish. We can see that we are within a predominantly bullish order flow on this specific time frame, and the market is yet to break market structure to the downside. So therefore, one has to be cautious if they're going to be trading in this scenario, because the 1-hour time frame is too bullish and is yet to break market structure to the downside. Taking a look at the 15 minutes time frame, what I'm now looking to identify is the Asian range, which is one can identify this on the 15 minutes, over the 5 minutes, or the 1 minute. So the easiest time frame I do find it easy to identify the Asian range on is on the 5 minutes. Like yesterday, the Asian range was down here, and we can see the market took out the low of the range, and then we can see the market proceeded to break out to the upside. So today, the Asian range is again, it's very clearly defined. So we have right here the low of the range, and then of course we have the high of the range right here. Now, of course, one thing to observe is that what we have is a wedge, right? So the market is forming a wedge right there. This is a form of accumulation, right? So an accumulation isn't always horizontal. Accumulation can also take shape in the form of a wedge, as we can see right here. But the main thing I'm interested in is not necessarily trading the wedge, but what I'm interested in is to see where price breaks out at the beginning of the European Open. So if I, for example, see price break out to the downside, then I will be looking for an opportunity to go long. But I will be looking for an opportunity to go long if price was to trade into the 4-hour imbalance below, which is our H4 buy side target. Then I would anticipate the price to go from an area of H4 buy side target, no, from an area of H4 sell side target to an area of H4 buy side target above. The second possible scenario I'll be looking for is a breakout to the upside. So if the market was to trade above our H4 buy side target, then what I will be anticipating is a potential bearish continuation to the downside. So again, I don't know which scenario will take place, but I will be definitely paying attention to one or two of those scenarios. So that's it for me this morning. I wish you all a great trading day ahead, and I will be posting up another analysis tomorrow morning. All the best.